welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the new E.L.F. Cosmetics No Budge Cream Eyeshadows. I saw these on the E.L.F. Cosmetics Instagram page and I had to have them. They came in 8 beautiful, gorgeous shades that will be perfect for summer and even fall. So it looks like they're an Ulta Beauty exclusive. However, when I went to order them from the Ulta website, there were only 5 colors available: the blue, the lavender, and the yellow, which are the ones I actually really wanted. They were not available. So they were only available through the E.L.F. Cosmetics website. So I ordered some from Ulta, some directly from the E.L.F. Cosmetics website. So it took a little while for me to get my hands on all 8 shades. And these colors just look so highly pigmented. They look so gorgeous, and I just had to have them. I'm somebody that doesn't even wear a lot of eyeshadow, but sometimes I do like a very full, you know, highly pigmented glam look.
Sometimes.
Always?
Not always, no. Sometimes. That means sometimes.
So these retail for $5 each, which is incredibly affordable. I think the only sort of benefit to getting them from Ulta is that if you don't like something, you can return it, whereas from the E.L.F. Cosmetics website, they don't offer returns. So you're sort of stuck with the product that you buy. Luckily, I like most of their products. So that's the sort of like difference, I think. So that's the only reason that you might want to buy it directly from Ulta as opposed to E.L.F. Cosmetics.
Okay, and what do you want me to do about that?
But it sort of depends on what colors you're looking for. So I'm gonna swatch these all today for you, and I'm gonna try them on. These are primer infused. So what's great about these eyeshadows is that they're supposed to be super creamy. They're supposed to be very long lasting. You know, they're obviously highly pigmented, but they're also a triple threat. So you could use them as a primer base for your, you know, powder eyeshadow. You can use them as liners, or you can just use them as, you know, your eyeshadow color. So shout out to anybody who's living through a heat wave right now in New England. It is absolutely brutal. So I have also just stopped trying to get this frizz under control and just embraced it. But I think these cream eyeshadows came at a great time in the summer to help keep your eyeshadow in place if you decide to use it as a primer.
Believe that. Whoa. So what's up?
Okay, so as you guys can see, I have given these shadows, the cream shadows, several minutes to dry down after I've swatched them, and I want to see if they really are budge proof. So I'm just gonna take my finger and I'm gonna, wow.
10 out of 10. Yep.
So actually Sand Dune kind of smudged a little bit into the blue shade, as you can see, but that's pretty good if you ask me. So that's really impressive. I'm just gonna do that one more time. So I think for $5 cream shadows, that's actually really impressive. The fact that the shade Sand Dune only smudged a little bit when I ran my fingers through it, and I was pushing down pretty hard as well. And Sand Dune is actually a shade that, it's very similar to the shade that I usually sweep across my whole lid. So I'm gonna take that color first and I'm gonna work with that in my crease and all over my lid, and we're gonna see how it looks. You guys, these are highly pigmented, and I should have used way less on my shadow brush because that's way more than I need. They're so highly pigmented. They are so creamy that they just spread over your eyelid so easily. So I grabbed way more than I needed, and I'm actually sort of rubbing some of it off on my arm as I'm working with this eyeshadow. Okay, you guys, so now I'm just taking my favorite Lancome eyeshadow, the one I always wear. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this, and now that Sand Dune is dried on my lid, I'm gonna use it as a primer, and I'm gonna sweep it over my lid and see what it looks and feels like. So as I'm applying this shadow, I feel like it's really sticking to the No Budge Cream Shadow. I think that these are going to be excellent primers. I'm loving how this is going on. I can already tell that it's really gonna stick and stay in place. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna take the shade Plateau, which is that dark brown shade, and I'm gonna put it on the lower lash line, and I'm just gonna sort of use it to kind of create more of a smoky eye effect with this makeup look, and we're just gonna see what this color goes on like. So I would always advise you to use less. These really are so pigmented and you do not need much. So I'm also going to take a little bit more of that color. I'm going to put it in the outer crease to sort of create an even darker, smokier look. So I will say these are super easy to work with. You know, they do dry down really quickly, but you know, with this type of product, you know, in primers, they typically do that. But you know, even layering these, it's not difficult for the color to be layered. So I think it's really, really easy to work with. So if I throw on a little bit of mascara, some highlighter, and you know, eyeliner in the waterline, I think that this would be a great smoky eye look. But with that said, we're gonna remove these colors and we're gonna try some other colors and see what the rest of the shade range looks like when you have it on. I'm absolutely obsessed with the shade Sahara. I think it's so fun. Like I said before, I'm not really a really big eyeshadow person, but I really think that this makes my brown eyes pop. So if you have brown eyes, I think this is gonna be stunning. So this is definitely giving me theater vibes a little bit. This would most likely be like a base primer for me, or if I wanted like a white liner, I would use this as a liner. But it's just, I think too much like, you know, theater or clown makeup for me. I'm not a fan of the white. I mean, I can definitely pack it on a little bit more and make it more white, but you know, this is one that I probably won't use often.
How many people were scared? Me too. I was really scared.
You guys, how gorgeous is the color Sahara? And then Oasis is a liner. I think that that is so fun. I absolutely love it. And I think, you know, the blue just overlaps so beautifully over the yellow. Like it doesn't lose the pigment. The color doesn't fade. It's not less bright when you layer them. So I think that that is so fun. Alrighty, so now we're taking the shade Canyon and we're gonna apply that on the lid. You guys, how beautiful does that shade look? I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Again, I think with brown eyes, it's really gonna help your eyes to pop. So I'm really curious what the shade Golden Rays is gonna look like with the shade Canyon. So Canyon's all over, and I'm gonna put Golden Rays just in the lower half of the crease. You guys, these colors are so buildable and so easy to work with. They do dry down quickly, but you can really build this shade to be the desired sort of pigment that you want if you just keep building the color. So I think that that is really cool, and I'm obsessed with how Golden Rays and Canyon look together. I think it's everything. Last but not least, we have the shade Wildflower, which is a gorgeous lavender color. I think this color is really pretty. I think it's gonna work for a lot of different people as well. All right, you guys, so I'm just really curious and I wanna throw the shade Oasis on top of Wildflower in the lower crease and see what this would look like. So the blue shade is not as easy to throw over the other cream colors as like the orange shade was. That one just stayed in the lower crease area and I was able to work with it really easily. But the blue I think the colors just dried down with the blue and the lavender so quickly that when I tried to put the Oasis, the blue shade, in the lower crease, it was just getting out of control and it was just drying too quickly. I'm learning a lot about how to work with these eyeshadows. Alrighty, you guys, I had so much fun experimenting with these new E.L.F. Cosmetics No Budge Cream Eyeshadows. You know, for me, I really love the bright pastel colors. Those are the ones I'm gonna use all the time. The Canyon, that pinky shade, the orange, Sahara, the yellow shade. I really like Sand Dune, which is that light brown that I initially put on. Surprisingly, I didn't really love the lavender or the white shade that much. I think I'm gonna use them as liners. I'm definitely gonna use the dark brown shade as a liner as well. That's just too dark for my daily sort of glam look. And I love Oasis. The blue shade I think is really pretty, but I think that's also a liner color for me. So I think you can have so much fun experimenting with these colors. You can be really creative. If you're going to a festival or a concert, I think that these are awesome. They're definitely gonna stay put and stay on. They're gonna be long lasting. They're just gonna stay in place. If you guys have any other questions about these cream shadows, drop them in the comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.